Hello, my name is Patrick Hall. I'm a tight end coach at Shasta College here in Redding, California. Today I'm going to be doing a presentation on accountability. All right, definitions of accountability. Accountability is the fact or condition to being accountable, responsible. The side definition to that would be just for accountable, and that is required or expected to justify actions or decisions. Specifics of accountability. Be responsible. Do what is promised, be a man of your word. So if you're going to say you're going to do something, make sure you do it. People need to be able to depend on you, get the job done. Responsibility of actions is a huge one to be accountable. You need to own up to your mistakes. So if you do something, there's no excuses. You need to just own up to it, get it right the next time. Bob Proctor said, accountability is the glue that ties commitment to the result. All right, importance of accountability in athletics as a coach. Cannot be an effective leader without accountability. If you aren't accountable, you're not going to have much respect from your athletes. They're not going to follow in your footsteps. To build a trusting relationship throughout the program, players and fellow staff need to be able to depend on you. A coach that does not possess accountability as a character trait won't have respect from their athletes and will struggle to form any kind of relationship. If a coach expects their players to own up to their mistakes, a coach must do the same. You've got to lead by example. Steve Adazio, the head coach of Boston College, Eagles, the head coach of the football program, the Eagles at Boston College, he stated, great teams require great accountability. Examples of accountability as a coach. Coaches are held accountable for all their team actions and behaviors at all sport-related events. An example of this would be players are under coach supervision at a hotel for an away game. The players sneak out and go to a party. An incident happens that they were not involved of, but cops show up, and media's there, and the news sees them leaving the building. The head coach comes back, he's getting the blame put on him through media, parents, other people in the program, etc. The coach has got to be able to take responsibility, be accountable for the actions of the team, and make sure that that type of behavior is unacceptable. Examples of accountability as a coach continued. All right. A coach is expected to be at every competition no matter the circumstance. He or she is held accountable by the athletic director, the coaches, parents, players, etc. My offensive coordinator at Shasta College, actually, I came in 13 and 14. It did not happen when I was playing under him, but he told me about a time that he missed his son's wedding because of a championship game. I know to a lot of people, they might stand off and be like, kind of decision is that family's number one. Well, it's a championship game, and so they weren't guaranteed to be in it or not. And his son's wife just ended up scheduling, just by happens that the date was scheduled for the same day as the championship game. Coach Hamilton makes it to championship bowl game and, made the toughest decision. Wouldn't be an easy one at all, but, he had players and fellow staff and, everybody relying on him to be there. It was a big game, so, he's the offense coordinator, so, he went to the game. Yeah, it's tough on the family, but family members that have coaches in their family or marry into one or however, they know that obligations come with that type of career. So, us coaches know what we're signing up for when we do it. Sometimes you got to be able to make those tough decisions. Importance and accountability in athletics as a player. Accountability must be a priority because coaches and fellow teammates need to be able to depend on you. Accountability needs to be like the #1 factor in an athlete's mind. Like if he's going to get the job done and be a part of the team, be a team player, he needs to be accountable. That definitely needs to be a priority. Players need to hold themselves accountable and hold each other accountable. If players do this, if they hold each other accountable, it actually helps the self-discipline of the team as well, and that's truly how you start to build a great culture. Accountability is a positive character trait that will open many doors for an athlete throughout their life. Examples of accountability as a player. Must be on time to all sport-related events. So an example, like The vast majority of teams that I've been on, the captains, you know, did all the little things right. They were always on time to any sport-related events, on time to class, never had tardiness, were never skipping anything, you know, and these same captains were also the ones that were holding others accountable for tardiness and skipping. So, like, to be a true team player and, you know, if you want to lead by example, have to be accountable. Let's see. Examples of accountability as a player continued. Players must get the job done without cheating or causing harm to the team. So an example of this, like the entire team depends on every player on the team, no matter the position. So every player has like a standard to live up to. If a player is caught cheating, he or she is letting the coaching staff and their fellow teammates down. Decisions like these will cause harm to the team and can even cost them wins. Importance of accountability in life. People, family, friends, coworkers, etc. They can depend on you. They can depend on you, and the result will help build trusting relationships. So, you know, if you're an accountable person, people throughout your life will be able to depend on you, and it actually helps create like a bond, trusting relationship, and, you know, helps you grow as a person. Accountability is a respectable trait. So if you're accountable, your boss, your coworkers, whoever you're working with, friends, family, if they need to get a job done, they can come to you. It's a really respectable trait. A lot of people strive to be accountable. It is a required trait in the workforce and will help you further your career in many ways. So if you go to a job and you're not accountable, you know, and you're showing up late or you're not getting the job done or you're making excuses, you're more likely to get let go. But if you are accountable, and you're one of the top guys, always doing little things right, people can depend on you, you're going to move up in your career. Helen Keller on accountability, she stated, "I am only one, but I am still one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. I will not refuse to do the something that I can do." I pulled this from Bruce Brown's work, teaching character through sport. All right, examples of accountability in life. People, family, friends, coworkers, etc. in your life expect you to hold yourself to a standard and will also hold you accountable for your actions. Example of this would be like if a parent is let go from work because of their actions, then they made an incorrect decision that will have severe repercussions. Termination from a job will result in a loss of income that their family was depending on. Family and friends will be disappointed in you. You are accountable to find another job and not make that same type of mistake. All right, here's a little video of an example of accountability in life continued.
Look, accountability versus responsibility. What is the difference? Well, I hear this a lot. Well, when you're accountable, you're kind of responsible. It's kind of like being responsible, accountable. Right? Yes, sort of. Okay? The way I try to illustrate it is with a simple story. We hire people and we have responsibilities in the job descriptions. Right? So imagine I was hired to keep this room clean. All right? And in my responsibilities, they were very clear. There were 3 things that I was hired to do. 1, organize the chairs after every meeting. 2, make sure the tables are clear of everything. And 3, vacuum the floor. If I do those 3 things, I get a performance review. My manager's like, clean, organized, vacuumed. Good job, Michael. Well done. I'm doing my job. But one day, I'm going around and I plug in my vacuum and the fuse blows. Okay? Is there any place in my job description that says it's my responsibility to fix fuses? No, it is not. So am I not being responsible if my boss comes in and sees that the floor's not vacuumed? Why isn't the floor vacuumed, Michael? Well, I plugged the vacuum in, the fuse blew. Am I not being responsible? I wasn't hired to fix fuses. What I'm not being is accountable. Okay? Because what would an accountable employee do if they plugged the vacuum cleaner in and the fuse blew? Yeah, call facilities. Go over to facilities, find a battery-powered vacuum, get a broom, get on their hands and knees and pick up the dirt. Those are all different levels of accountability. Because this is what we look at. Responsibility, I have an obligation to act. I can measure that very easily. I hire people to be responsible for certain things. When it comes to accountability, I have an obligation to answer for an action. And guess what? I can monitor, I can reinforce, I can help you with your responsibilities. I can be clear about them, I can hold you to them. I cannot hold you to your accountability because accountability is a personal choice. You can't make somebody accountable. They have to want to be accountable.
All right. All right, in that video, he's just talking about, uses the example of, a vacuum cleaner, and he's at work and he's got a vacuum, and, you plug it into the outlet's broke, and, the worker just kind of, tells his boss, well, the outlet broke, it's not my job to fix the outlet. So he was being responsible in a way because he did the rest of the job, but at the same time, he wasn't accountable at all. Like he said, if need be, he's got to get on his hands and knees and clean up and just, being accountable, just make sure that you're going to get the job done and there's no excuses. All right, take-home statement. Personal accountability requires mindfulness, acceptance, honesty, and courage. Thank you very much for watching our presentation, and God bless.